So I recently bought some of my competitors' courses, and here's what I found. I just spent $3,000 buying my competitors' real estate courses so you don't have to. And I'm going to tell you right now, what I found you will shock the heck out of you. If you don't know me, I'm Jeff Quintin, 30 plus years in the trenches as a top 1% real estate agent every single year and still actively producing, still prospecting every day and still taking listings weekly. And I decided to do something kind of crazy. I bought the most popular coaching programs from the biggest names in our space. There's basically 3 major coaching brands that I think everyone kind of talks to and refers to from time to time. Now, why did I do this? Because I keep hearing agents tell me, hey, Jeff, I'm following these systems and I'm doing what they say, but I'm still struggling. So I wanted to see for myself what they're actually teaching versus what I know and what works today and into this coming future right now, what's relevant. So I went through every module, every script, every strategy, every piece of marketing and all of it. And what I discovered explains why so many agents are spinning their wheels and spending thousands of dollars. Here's the brutal truth about nobody wants to admit. Most of these coaches and training companies stopped actively selling real estate 5 years, 10 years ago, sometimes 20 years ago. A lot of these strategies, that they're talking about, they're still teaching are from 10 years ago, things that worked in the mid 2000s, right? 2015 in that range, not today. So let me tell you exactly what I found. So let's break it down. All right, let's start with the very first competitor. Their cost is $997. And here's what they teach. They teach the entire lead generation strategy, all built around social media branding, about posting 3 times a day, creating endless content, video, Instagram stories, Reels, TikTok, building your TikTok presence, building a brand. Sounds super sexy, but here's the real data. I tracked a lot of these agents running this system for at least 30 days. They were spending 3 to 4 hours every day building content, doing all the content creation and averaging 2 to 3 leads a month. Do the math. That's about 90 to 120 hours and 3 leads. Compared to what we do, I spend 4 hours a day prospecting. I generate 20 to 30 qualified leads per month, minimum. Same time investment, right? 10 times the results. Then I looked at their scripts, and honestly, most of them are outdated. Here's their expired listing script word for word. Hi, I noticed your home didn't sell. I have buyers looking in your area. That may have worked a decade ago when nobody called expires. See, today, that script is the most recycled line in the business. Sellers get 20, or more calls using the exact same opener. Here's how I open an expired call. I'm not calling to get your listing. I'm calling to understand what happened. It instantly separates me from the other salespeople, another salesperson hammering these people. Here's the bigger issue with one of these other gurus in their system. It's built for agents who want to feel like they're working. Content gives them the illusion of progress, but it doesn't actually equal money. Posting videos is not a replacement for conversations. See, these programs keep agents busy, not productive. Next up is another competitor system. The cost was $1,200. Look, this system has some amazing foundational ideas, and I respect them much. But here's where it falls apart in today's world. The prospecting philosophy is to make 100 calls a day. That used to sound strong, but when I dug into it, the conversion rate was awful. They push quantity over quality. 100 calls, 2 to 3 appointments, 1 deal. That's 1% call to close ratio. See, our system, 50 calls, 5 to 7 appointments, 4 to 5 closings. That's an 8 to 10% ratio. Why? Because we qualify before we call. And my scripts are built for today's psychology in this market, not 1995, right? So our other coach here, the listing presentation framework feature is basically all about features, benefits, close. That worked back in the day. Today, sellers are smarter. They have online data. They're analytical. They're business minded. My presentation today is discovery, credibility, market analysis, value proposition, and assumptive close. It's consultative, it's intentional, it's modern. One of these other coaches, one of their biggest flaws is simple. They just stopped selling real estate a long time ago. The market evolved, but the marketing material that they have didn't. Sellers evolved, so this training just didn't. And then also technology evolved, and also the other approach didn't. After going through these programs, I identified 5 lies being taught in our industry. Lie number 1, you must be on every social media platform. The truth, I'm active on 3, and I'm pulling more leads than agents on 10 platforms combined. Quality, not quantity. Lie number 2, make 100 calls a day. The truth, making 50 intentional targeted calls destroys the 100 random dials. Lie number 3, content creation equals lead generation. The truth is no. Content marketing, right? Lead generation is prospecting. They're different muscles. Lie number 4, you need an expensive CRM system. The truth, my CRM costs $50 a month and runs circles around agents paying $500 a month. Lie number 5, follow the script exactly word for word. Truth is, scripts are frameworks, not shackles. Real conversations require adaptability. But the biggest lie today in coaching is that these coaches are selling how to sell real estate systems while they've stopped selling real estate themselves years ago. They're teaching theory, not live in the arena practice. Okay, now listen, I'm not here to say these courses are useless. They have so many positive pieces in them. They're right about daily prospecting. They're right about consistency. They're right about systems. But here's the reality. They're giving agents outdated systems and expecting modern results. It's like learning how to fly using a 1995 aircraft manual and then stepping into a 2026 jet cockpit, right? The fundamentals are the same, but the execution, completely different. Here's what actually works right now today in real estate. Instead of posting endlessly, prospect intentionally. 1 hour calls beats 4 hours of video editing every time. Instead of canned scripts, use dynamic conversation frameworks built around psychology, curiosity. Instead of chasing a lead, qualify aggressively. Only go on appointments where people are ready to take action. Instead of hoping for referrals, I run a formal referral generation system that drives 60% of our business, right? And here's the difference. Between me and 99% of the coaches, I'm still doing it. Yesterday, I made 50 prospecting calls. This morning, I ran a listing appointment and we got the listing. This isn't theory. This isn't nostalgia. This is active real-time production. So I'm not saying that these coaches or these coaching legends are bad people in any way. They're not. But they're teaching lessons from a market that doesn't exist anymore. If you want training from someone who's still selling, still listing, still negotiating, still prospecting daily, go to jeffquintin.com. I'm the only coach still providing what I teach every single week. Don't drop thousands on outdated training. Learn right now what works right now, not what worked 10 years ago. Hit subscribe if this has helped you, and I'll see you next week when I break down the exact prospecting system that consistently generates 30 qualified leads per month.